Okay, quick question. When your boss asks, "Can you handle this?" Do you know exactly how to answer in English, or do you just say yes and panic a little inside?
Be honest, everyone panics a little inside.
Every single time. And that's just one example. Work English is full of these little moments.
True. Meetings, emails, small talk with coworkers, it's a whole different world of English.
So today, we're breaking it all down. By the end of this video, you'll sound way more confident at work.
Let's get into it.
Welcome back to Talk Ema. I'm Emma.
And I'm Jack.
And today, we're talking about something a lot of us do 5 days a week, our daily routine at work.
This one's practical. We'll cover common phrases, a few mistakes learners make, and yes, we've got a role play too.
A meeting role play, actually. It's a good one.
It is. Okay, let's start from the beginning of the workday.
Starting the workday, vocabulary, and phrases.
So, Emma, what's the first thing you do when you get to work?
Honestly, I check my emails before anything else.
Good example. You can say, I check my emails first thing in the morning.
Wait, first thing? What does that actually mean?
It means as soon as I start, before anything else. Like, first thing, I make coffee, then I check emails.
Oh, that's useful. I say that in my language all the time. I just never knew how to say it in English.
Exactly, and it sounds very natural, too. Now, what do you say when you arrive at work?
I arrived at work?
That works, but native speakers often say, I got to work, or I got in. Like, I got in around 9.
I got in? That sounds so casual.
It is casual, but that's how people actually talk at the office. Formal English and spoken English are a little different.
Makes sense. What if I'm running late for work? We covered running late in the morning routine episode, right?
Right, and it still applies here. You could say, sorry, traffic was bad. I got in a bit late today.
Oh, traffic was bad is such a common excuse.
Really is, isn't it? Okay, once you're actually at work, what's the next step?
I usually check my to-do list.
Great phrase. To-do list is super common. You could say, let me check my to-do list for today, or I need to prioritize my tasks.
Prioritize. Isn't that a big word?
It's common in work English, but I'll explain it simply. Prioritize just means deciding what's most important and doing that first.
Oh, okay. That's not too complicated, actually.
Exactly. So you might say, I need to prioritize this project because the deadline is tomorrow.
Got it. Okay, that covers starting the day. What about actual work tasks and meetings?
Perfect timing, because that's a big one. Let's talk about that next.
Segment 2. Talking about tasks, meetings, and common mistakes.
All right, so let's talk about meetings, because this is where a lot of learners get nervous.
Oh, yeah. Meetings are scary in a second language.
Totally understandable. So first, useful phrase, I have a meeting at 10.
That's simple enough.
Right, but here's where people get confused. Attend a meeting versus join a meeting.
Wait, aren't those the same?
Almost. Attend is more formal, usually for in-person meetings. Join is common for online meetings, like on Zoom.
Oh, so I'm joining the meeting makes sense for a video call.
Exactly. And if you're running late to a meeting, you can say, sorry, I'll join in 5 minutes, or can we push the meeting back?
Push back. Does that mean delay?
Yes, push back means moving something to a later time. Like, can we push the meeting back to 3 p.m.?
That's such a useful phrase for work emails, too.
Definitely. Now, here's a common mistake. A lot of learners say, I have a work, instead of, I have work to do.
Oh, wait, is I have a work wrong?
Yes, work is uncountable in this sense, so we don't use a before it. You'd say, I have work to do, or I have a lot of work today.
Oh, that's a good one to remember. I think I've made that mistake before.
Don't worry, almost everyone does at some point. Another common one, make a meeting versus have a meeting.
I feel like I'd say make a meeting.
A lot of learners do, but it's actually have a meeting or hold a meeting. Make a meeting isn't natural in English.
Got it. So we're having a meeting at noon.
Perfect example.
Okay, that's really helpful. What about talking with coworkers during the day, like small talk?
Great transition because that's exactly what we're covering next.
Segment 3. Small talk and talking to coworkers.
So, Emma, when you see a coworker in the morning, what do you usually say?
How are you, I guess?
That works, but there are other natural options too, like, how's it going? Or, how's your day going so far?
Oh, I like, how's your day going so far? That sounds friendly.
It is. And if someone asks you that, you can say, pretty good, a bit busy though, or not bad, just a lot of emails today.
A lot of emails today is basically every day for me.
Same, honestly. Now, what if a coworker asks you to help with something?
I'd probably just say, okay, I can do that.
That's fine, but here are some more natural options. Sure, I can take care of that. Or, no problem, I'll handle it.
Handle it? Like from our hook at the beginning?
Exactly. Remember that question we asked at the start? Can you handle this? Now you know how to answer. Sure, I can handle that. Or, yeah, I've got it.
Oh, I've got it. Sounds so confident.
It does. And confidence really matters in workplace English. Even simple phrases said naturally make a big difference.
What if I need help instead? Like, I don't understand a task.
Good question. You can say, sorry, could you explain that again? Or, I'm not sure I understand. Can you clarify?
Clarify sounds a little advanced.
It's common in work settings, but again, simple to use. It just means explain more clearly.
Got it. Those are really useful, especially for someone new at a job.
Exactly. Okay, now let's put a lot of this into a real situation. Time for our role play.
Segment 4. Role play, a morning meeting at work.
All right, everyone, here's the setup. Emma and I work together, and I'm checking in on a project during a quick meeting.
Let's do it.
Hey, Emma, do you have a minute? I wanted to check on the report.
Sure, give me 1 second. Okay, I'm listening.
How's it going so far?
Pretty good, but I'm a little behind schedule. I have a lot on my plate today.
No worries. Do you think you can finish it by tomorrow?
I think so, but could we push the deadline to Thursday just to be safe?
Yeah, that works. I'll let the team know.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I'll send you an update by the end of the day.
Sounds good. Let me know if you need any help.
Will do. Thanks, Jack.
Okay, let's break that down a bit.
Yes, please, because I used a few phrases I wasn't sure about.
First, a lot on my plate. That means you're busy with many tasks.
Oh, that makes sense with a plate being full of food.
Exactly. Nice connection. Next, behind schedule means you're late compared to your plan.
And push the deadline means moving it to a later date.
Right. And finally, I'll send you an update, which just means giving new information later.
These are all things I could actually use tomorrow at work.
That's the goal. All right, let's wrap up with our P takeaways.
Segment 5. Key takeaways.
Okay, Emma. Let's recap the important phrases from today.
Starting with the morning. First thing means as soon as you start. I got in means you arrived at work.
Good. For meetings, join a meeting for online calls, attend a meeting for in-person ones. Push back means to delay something.
For tasks, I have work to do, not a work. Have a meeting, not make a meeting.
And for coworkers, how's it going? Or how's your day going so far? I can handle it, or I've got it. A lot on my plate means you're busy.
These are so practical. I feel like I could use every single one of these tomorrow.
That's exactly the point. Small, natural phrases make a huge difference in how confident you sound at work. Well, that's it for today's episode.
Thank you so much for watching until the end. We hope this made your work English feel a little less scary and a lot more natural.
Emails and meetings are hard enough in your own language, let alone a second one.
So true. If you enjoyed this episode, tell us in the comments, what's your job and what English phrases do you use most at work?
And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Talk Ema for more everyday English lessons.
Next time, we're covering something everyone deals with, ordering food and small talk at a restaurant.
That one's going to be really fun. See you all next time.
Bye, everyone!